I do think it's funny that you say that lawyers aren't prepared to really do anything besides these experiential menial tasks when they get to law firms. So I don't know what the solution would necessarily be. Is it like a mandatory internship? Like I think of the world of like social work. I have a lot of friends who are social workers, and it's mandatory that you do. It's got to be, I think it's 160 hours of work in a real clinic besides your schoolwork, and you're paying to get that education too. So I don't know where the reform needs to be, but I do think that this on-the-job menial experiential learning, if it's going to go away, that there's going to need to be some experiential replacement in law school.
Yeah, and even if it's not real and it's, a lab, basically. I mean, I was a litigator, so I'm part of the problem here, not the solution. But as I've gotten more of a holistic view of the industry as a person covering it, I feel for the folks who are doing ERISA work. What did they learn in law school that has anything to do with their lives? That's the sort of place where I feel like that's a good use of the 3L time, is whether it's real internship for a place or it's a hypo lab where they do these experiments on like the day-to-day work. Like, they need to figure out somehow what that's supposed to look like, because right now that's by working at a law firm and generating hours that the law firm then writes off because they're all useless. But if that goes away, where are they going to learn it?
I take your point so my sister's a nurse, and I remember, and I would be like, oh, how's school going? How are you doing? How's your class? Oh, I was in the hospital today, and I did 3 catheters. I did a blood drawing. What else? Oh my God, intubating patients. And I'm like, but you're not a registered nurse. You're in school. So that type of on-the-job training, I think, is what we both agree is missing from law school. And yes. I don't think is not easily manufactured in a controlled environment. So yeah. I do think there's an opportunity for law schools to adapt in that way, to evolve in that way.
Yeah, but like on that transactional side, though, to use the example of like the ERISA lawyer, a lot of what they're doing at a junior level is they're on these long calls that talk about what the deal needs to look like, and then they're drawing language from the universe that would meet everyone's needs. And then by doing that process, they eventually learn how to be creative and think of what that new stuff would be. But like, drawing from the vast library of past deals to meet certain requirements, that is something that the rudimentary AI we have today probably can handle. And that's the stuff that worries me, because putting a catheter in hopefully is not getting replaced by one of those robots, at least not on me. But drawing language, that could be replaced.